Hi guys, I know it's been a while. It's been a few weeks, but I've been completing my two term papers. One was 12 pages, one was 8 pages. Well, excuse me, it's 10 pages now, I think. I finished the website, which is my final project for one of my classes. If you want to go see how pretty it is, it's Astro. That's ASTRO temple /, and then that's a little squiggly. It looks like this. I know that's dumb, but it's a little squiggly thing. That little squiggly, and then it's TUC 33545. I'll put a link in the crotch bar, as Shane Dawson said. But anyway, I did that. I have one more final project to go, which I'll finish this weekend, and then I'll be done. Yay! And then we get a week off, and then there's finals. But anyway, this is Love Never Dies vlog again. And what I want to talk about here is sort of like the afterthoughts of what I think the afterthoughts would be of the characters after the play ended. I listened to the play again like I do every day at work. And when I got to the very last song, Please Miss Gary, I Want to Go Back, I thought, in my head, I'd have been thinking, as far as Raul, I'd have been like, damn, if Christina just went with Raul back to Paris, then she'd be alive. Whatever, anyway. If Christina had went with Raul back to Paris, she would still be alive. She might have been unhappy. They may have gotten divorced. Whatever the case may be. But the girl has been alive. The fan would probably be thinking the same thing. Damn, if she'd have just went back to Paris with Raul, no matter what happened between their relationship, she'd have still been alive. Because I'm thinking, because you got to think at the end. If you're a fan, you got to think at the end, wow, the Phantom never completely gets what he wants. He finally got Christine. He waited 10 years on top of the years he was teaching her how to sing when she was little, going on up. He waited 10 years to finally get this girl back, and she dies as soon as she gets him back. Like 10 minutes after she gets him back. But if I was Gustav, I would be thinking, what the fuck? You know, I was brought up by my mom and this guy Raul in Paris, who was supposed to be my dad. He's this drunken, mean person. He never wants to play with me. He doesn't love me. And then I get to Paris, which I think they're only in Paris for like 2 or 3 days. Is that what it is? Yeah. They're only in Paris for like 2 or 3 days. And then I find out that this creepy guy who's exactly like me is my dad. And then if you listen to the prologue, which is a glimpse of Coney Island and Phantasma, after the play, one of the freaks says, oh, you know, there was a big tragedy and the Phantom ran off with I meant to say freaks. I don't know if it's a freak. Whatever. Anyway, one of the freaks said, there was a big tragedy to Madame Gary. There was a big tragedy. There was a fire and the Phantom ran off with the kid. Lord knows what the Phantom is doing with the kid. Hopefully he's raising the kid right, because in the second play he sounds a little bit more human. So hopefully he's raising the kid right. But there was a big fire and they ran away. So I don't know how right that relationship would be. But God, Madame Gary, I have nothing to say about her. She's corrupt. I don't know if she's corrupt, because she helped the Phantom. Yeah, she is corrupt, because she basically sold her child off to have sex with these people just so the Phantom can get his show moving, which she wanted to profit in the end, but she didn't get because it was supposed to go to Gustav, but since the place burned down, it goes to nobody, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, Meg, I heard from some other reviews on YouTube that at the end, after the Phantom and Gustav finally leave Christine's body at the pier, that Meg comes back and she holds the body. I know she was probably thinking, damn, this was my best friend 10 years ago. We should share everything. And I ended up being one of her worst enemies, and I ended up killing her. I ended up being her murderer. So that has to be nuts, you know? You kind of, I know a lot of Phantom fans are really going to hate me for this, but I kind of wish that maybe the Phantom had been shot. Now, the Phantom's he's supposed to be, in this play he's human, but in another play he's supposed to be sort of like invincible, kind of. So if he didn't get shot, he could have just like shook it off. I guess he's supposed to be a magician and shit. I don't know. But you know, like, that'd have really shot in the hearts of a lot of people. That'd have been like, Christine dying, that was like, oh my God moment. But if the Phantom would have got shot, if he'd have died, that'd have been like, whoa, what the fuck? And then Christine would have been like, no, I have the kid. She can take care of the kid because she's a singer. Apparently, she's the best singer in the world now. So she can't generate money to take care of the kid. Maybe she'd have stayed in New York. We could have found out what happened to Meg and her jail time. There probably would have been this revenge plot against Meg throughout the rest of Christine's life. Like, it would have been that'd have been such a, like, I was thinking there's so many other possibilities. Why did Christine have to get shot? Because, if Christine dies, the whole play is old. The whole franchise is over because it was based off of the family stuff for her. And if she's dead, there's kind of no love for her anymore. I mean, there's the son. He could teach the son to be like Christine or to be like him. But, like, she was the thing. So now the franchise is over. I mean, if the Phantom had died, maybe he could have not, maybe not died. Maybe he could have just been shot, and then everybody thought he died again, and then there could have been another play of Christine moving on without the Phantom and raising the kid in New York and hating Meg, and then the Phantom could have came back or something like that. But I just really wish Christine wouldn't have died. That sucked. That really sucked. Like, Andrew, that wasn't a pretty face, was it? I'm sorry. Whoa, got completely dark on y'all. There we go. I'm sorry. My camera was doing something weird. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say. I want to eventually do like a complete Phantom to Love Never Dies analysis. On one of my other videos, I got a comment from a user saying, I like both of the plays. You can't really compare them. You can't really say one's greater than the other. And I understand that. If you look at them as separate entities, yeah, you can't really compare them because they're really nothing alike. But, people have preferences. You feel me? Like, you have your top 5 movies of all time, but there's a movie you place above another movie because you think one is better. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying that one's shit and the other one's great. I'm just saying, like, you have a preference of things you like. Like, I love Phantom of the Opera. That's one of my top movies of all time. And I love Shrek. That's one of my top movies of all time. But I put the Phantom of the Opera above Shrek because I have a bigger connection with Phantom of the Opera because I've been studying it longer. So, that's all I'm saying. That's all I was saying, I mean, didn't mean to stir any hurt feelings or anything. Or, any controversy. But that's about it. I didn't mean to shake the camera. My bad. And I'm sorry for the adjusting my camera. That was very weird. I think it has something to do with the daylight. That's why it's so shiny over here. But anyway, Twitter, iShine11, blog, pammepedia.com, PAMMIEPEDIA. Like I said, my link for my last project, which I will put in the crotch bar. That's about it, guys. Hit me up for more vlogs. Give me great comments because I love the comments I've only been getting like 5 or 6 comments, but the comments I've been getting are great, and it's inspired me to do more videos just like this one. So leave me comments. Leave me video comments. That'd be great. And I will hit you guys up soon. Remember, hit me up on those links, and I'll be sure to give you more good stuff. Peace.